Hey guys, Shaman, Harper Therapy, Elaine from Harper Therapy, and we're talking a little bit about parenting in the summer and what are we talking about?
We're talking about just that, as parents, we put a lot of guilt and expectations on ourselves, and sometimes we need to just give ourselves a little grace and just sort of, how can we frame that? What are the things that we can do that maybe allows us to still enjoy the time but not put those expectations on us?
Right, and specifically we're talking about as we get into the summer.
Yeah.
And you're parenting kids that are in school age.
Yes.
Mine are kind of beyond that, but yours are very much in the mix of
I'm
all that.
it.
And all those, all that pressure and the expectations, and you want the summer to be awesome.
Right.
Right? But that creates a lot of anxiety.
Absolutely.
In the parents.
Yes, because, we want it to go a certain way.
Right.
We've created, what summer is to us. And,
right. You get that picture in your mind of what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then, sometimes
it goes pear-shaped.
It does. We gotta try again.
Right. And I think that's something, I remember dealing with that, right? As the summer set in. Because we were one of those families that had, no rules in the summer.
Okay.
And as the summer kind of went down, no rules turned into complete chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then complete chaos was
right.
we had 3 kids, right? And they were all within 4 years.
Oh,
so
sounds like fun.
It was a madhouse for us. Fortunately, we spent a lot of time in the pool because we had a pool back then. So we had activities to do, but it did create a lot of just craziness.
Yes.
And a lot of just worry. And I remember Yolanda and I would have conversations about are we doing enough?
That really creeps in, right? Because you sort of lax on things, and then you start thinking, oh, well, am I supposed to make sure they're still going to tutoring? Are their grades going to slip during this time, or am I providing them the enrichment that some people
but that kind of dovetails pretty well with our society in general. If I think about it a little bit, it's good for kids to take breaks.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's good for the whole family unit to kind of take a break.
It's so important.
Right. And we build this thing up in our head that we want it to go a certain way, or it doesn't necessarily as we get into the summer, it doesn't feel like it's meeting those expectations.
Right.
And we're I've ruined it.
Yeah.
But you really haven't.
No, and that's the beauty of summer.
Right.
That you can't ruin it.
Right.
It's your time to just take that back seat and allow your body and your mind to rest some.
Right.
And allow the kids to be bored a little and
it's an okay thing, right?
It's okay.
But that's kind of I think the American professional society is one that prides itself on not taking a lot of vacations and not taking a lot of mental health breaks.
Right.
But kids, and we're programming that into our kids by not doing that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, my siblings and I, come from entrepreneurs, and
you gotta hustle.
We are workaholics.
Right. And I get that because Yolanda and I, it's a constant hustle, right? But you also try to pair that with, okay, what's the next break? What's the next stepping back? What's the next? And for kids, the school year ending in the summer, that's their break. That's that mental time. They can wind it down. They can let it all go.
Yeah.
And they're okay. They're not going to forget anything. And really, frankly, they can Google or YouTube anything they want anyway. So.
Oh, and the truth is, most of them gain it back.
Pretty quickly.
With working in the school system, they gain it back. It may look like a summer slide at first.
Right.
But a lot of it, it's in there. It just takes a minute to retrieve it.
Well, it's like anybody, right?
Right.
I used to always joke. I used to work in technology, and when people would go on vacation, they would come back and be like, I don't remember my passwords.
Right.
And
I'm guilty of that one. Yes.
I don't remember what I did, and I don't want to do it anymore. Right.
Right. Yes.
But that's good, and I think it's important that as parents of kids, teenagers, whatever, it doesn't really matter because it's all the same. Whether your kids are chilling at home from high school or they're chilling at home from middle school or elementary, it's the same thing. They need a mental break.
Yes.
You need the mental break.
Absolutely.
You need the time as the parent to not have to be at 11 all the time.
Right.
Right.
And that's what the summer's for.
It's a struggle because we don't give ourselves permissions to do that.
Our society doesn't necessarily value it.
Right. And we really should. Probably a lot more than a lot of other things that
Absolutely.
we value. Yeah, I mean, so we're going to talk a little bit this month about really summer and the kids in the summer, and being more specifically being a parent of kids
Absolutely, yes.
who are on summer break and dealing with all of the struggles and the pressures and the anxieties. In your blog, you talk a little bit about having that feeling of anxiety that you're not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to elaborate a little more on that?
Yeah, I mean, as parents, we put these expectations on ourselves, and we feel like we have to live up to something. And when we're not achieving whatever that goal is that we've created in our head, like that self-doubt starts to creep in, and we start questioning, like, am I enough? Am I the right parent? Am I doing this right? You're the right parent for the kids you have.
Absolutely.
And that's a fundamental belief that I have.
And giving yourself the grace
Yeah.
to let things slip a little bit.
Absolutely. Grace and compassion.
Wind the year down a little bit, the school year anyway, and get into the summer and enjoy a little bit of time.
Allow some mindfulness of just, let it be. Be present in the moment and just be okay with what is.
So it's okay if the kids play some video games?
Yeah.
It's okay if the kids watch some movies and stay up late, sleep late.
Absolutely.
And you don't necessarily have to sign them up for every little thing.
Correct.
I think that's part of the hard part, right? Like we want to we want to put them in all the stuff because all their friends are doing all the stuff.
Right.
And that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because the kids kind of want to do it, but then they come home and they're exhausted.
Yes.
Right?
Right. And then everybody's cranky and
mad and
it's hot because we live in Florida.
Right. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside.
Yeah. And like nobody wants to be outside all day. Who wants to be in, golf lessons at 11 outside?
On a weekday when it's 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's fair to say, like, if you're one of those parents that's struggling with giving yourself some permission to let the summer be what it can be, really what it should be. Like, let it all lapse, let it all kind of slow down, let the kids take a break. You should take a break.
Yes.
If you're having some problems with that, you can give us a call. Our number is 813-434-3639, and we'll talk to you guys next week.